Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Off-Axis Builds. I found another video on how I did my 1 to 125 rockers. So let's check it out. It goes through on how I installed them, shimmed them, and made them work on my 1641. So check it out guys. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that little bell to follow me on more videos to come. Thanks guys.
Alright guys, so I got my 1.25 rocker arms in. It's a nice kit made by Empi. There's the part number. See if you can read that. There you go. I got these off Amazon. Weren't too bad, about $130. They come with not much directions, but if you know how to tune your car and do your valves and all that, it's pretty straightforward. One thing I do suggest though is getting some shims. I went ahead and got these are 0.06 shims. I don't know if you can see that there. They might be a little too much, but that'll allow me to do my adjustment. Basically what happens is the 1.25 geometry is a little bit different, so it fits tighter on your valves and your push rod. So you want to offset it, put the shim down here and offset it a little bit so you can have some adjustment in these adjusters. The other thing that's nice about this kit, it's stainless steel. It's got through oil holes. I don't know if you can see that. And then it's got nice ground feet on one side, and then these holes are actually centered. If you went with stock ones, that hole would be offset to make up the difference, and you can actually see where it would be offset. Usually it would be over here, and they moved it over slightly to the left and out. So that's the difference. One thing when you guys go ahead and get these, check your adjuster nuts. I just checked mine. These are brand new, and there's a crack all the way through that nut there. And there's a crack all the way through that one as well. So that's two of them. I went ahead and replaced them all. 5/16 24 thread. Also, what's really nice about these adjuster feet is there's an Allen key instead of a flathead. So it's a little easier to get your tools onto this nut and that Allen key. So we're gonna go ahead and get these onto my 1641 and see if we can get it started up. Alright, so let's take a look at stock rockers to the 1.25s. These stock rockers are 1-to-1s, so let's take a look at them. We notice that the push rod tube hole on the stock ones do not have the adjuster on it. Okay, so if you take a look at the side that goes on the spring, you have the adjuster. You notice I have one upside down. You have the adjuster here, and that adjusts on the spring, and then you have this ball that actually sits on your valve spring. Okay, so on the 1.25, it's complete opposite, which is kind of neat. You have this beveled, I don't know what you would call that, I guess foot, beveled foot that would sit on the valve spring, and then on the other side where the push rod goes onto, it actually has the adjustment. Now what's nice about these is that these adjusters are Allen keys. Okay, so they're going to install the same way as you would stock stock ones, but in order to get them to mount properly, you need to put a see if I can pull this off there. You'll need to put some shims, and in order to get your proper valve adjustment without them being too tight, you'll need to have a shim in here. I went ahead and got a shim of 0.06. They sell 0.03 and 0.015, I believe, and maybe some other sizes. So all that's going to do is change the geometry so you can actually have some valve lash here, I guess, or movement. So I am going to be putting on some Empi valve covers. They're bolt-on. So normally you would slide these on. You would slide these on to these two rods and put your nut on, tighten it down, and then do your valve adjustment. What I'm going to be doing is putting these on and then mounting my spacer for the new valve cover, the bolt-on valve covers that I have. So let's go ahead and get those mounted on here. Alright guys, so in order to get the new rocker arms on, you're going to need to get your old studs out. Easiest way to do that is you put a nut on, and then a second nut, you're going to tighten it down to that first nut. You're going to get a wrench on the back one, a wrench on the front one, tighten them together nice and tight, and then you'll loosen up the back one and it'll actually pull the stud out. I'll tighten that up and I'll show you what to do. So here's the Empi valve covers, bolt-on valve covers. They're a little bit taller than stock. They come with everything you need. They come with the washers, the standoffs, new bolts to tighten them down, and oh, and the gasket is a rubber gasket, not a cork. So basically you're just going to put these guys, slide them in the holes. Okay, that's going to create a seal so these don't leak there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get the valves on. And then tighten those valve covers on. So at this point, instead of putting the bolts, excuse me, the nuts that come with, instead of putting those on, we're going to put these standoffs in their place. Okay.
Alright guys, thanks for checking out my video. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Remember, it's built, not bought. See you on the next one, guys. As always, guys, it's built, not bought. Join me on the next one. Guys, make sure you hit that little like button, comment, and subscribe.